I'm Rush. In these videos, I'm going to talk about all kinds of things, from video games to comics to science to monkeys and culture. Now, this is my first video, and I do want to make a good first impression, so let's talk about that science fiction megastar, Star Wars, specifically Episode 4. Now, if you haven't seen it yet, I will be knee-deep in spoilers. Who am I kidding? If you're an organic life form on Earth, you've probably seen Star Wars twice. Now then, the plot of Star Wars is that Obi-Wan and Luke Skywalker must save Princess Leia from the evil Darth Vader. Along the way, they'll meet up with Han Solo and Chewbacca. Together, they'll go up to the Death Star, and while the rest of the gang tries to find Princess Leia, Obi-Wan will create a diversion by fighting off Darth Vader, just long enough for Luke to get her into the spaceship. And then Obi-Wan sacrifices himself. Despite, or even because, of old Uncle Ben's death, Luke ends up leading an attack on the Death Star. In the end, the Death Star is destroyed, and Luke and his friends recognize the heroes that they are. Now, what seems to be the problem with this science fiction story? It seems epic. Well, I don't know, maybe the fact that there's no science in it. Just because you have spaceships and lasers does not make it science fiction. Just like because there are ghosts, you wouldn't call Mario games horror. Star Wars is what I like to call science fantasy. Science fantasy is like regular fantasy, but instead of having the impossible thing in question being explained with, because magic, it's explained with, because science. Because of Star Wars' mega popularity, writers tend to think that just because they have their setting in space, it's good enough to be called science fiction. Now then, how do you write science fiction? Well, you need to take any scientific ideal, hypothesis, or theory incorporated into the story itself, like into the motive. Like have the government dictate marriages because they wish to create the master race, but the rebellion does not believe the master race is possible and is trying to stop them. Or have the scientific theory cause the main character to change his whole outlook in life. Or you can just use the old scientific experiment went bad route, like every single comic book and its dog. Hope this helps you writers everywhere think more about the science in your stories. See you next time.